welcome here to TalkFCB, and the international break now has finally come to an end. What that means is that club football is back on the agenda, and Barcelona have a very tricky test away at Getafe this Saturday. Certainly in this game, Ronald Koeman's men are going to be tested, and we're going to be seeing whether that positive start of the season in our first 3 La Liga games, whether we can follow that up now and build on that promise. It's all coming up in today's video. Everything we can expect. Let's get to it. Kickoff will be coming to us at 9 p.m. local time, live from the Coliseum Alfonso Pérez Stadium in Madrid. And here, guys, are the times right around the world where you are, so you can get involved in this one. And of course, guys, you can also join me live on the Flick Chat. We're going to be talking there during the game, everything that's going on. We're going to be discussing it right there on the app, so you can get involved in that if you so wish, and I'll look forward to that if you do. Elsewhere this weekend, Granada will be hosting high-flying Sevilla in the early kickoff on Saturday. Sevilla, of course, showing against us just before the international break the quality they have in their team. Also on Saturday, in the game after that one, Atlético Madrid will be heading to Balaidos to meet Celta Vigo. That also is going to be a very close game there. Before after that, Real Madrid play newly promoted Cadiz, and that there is going to be kicking off in the evening on Saturday, meaning that all 3 of our expected challengers in terms of the league title, they're all going to be in action before ourselves. And that means we've got to do our job. After dropping points against Sevilla in our 3rd game of the season, we've got to hit back. We cannot be relying on other people to do our job for us, other teams to slip up to help us out. We've got to get the points on the board. We've got to hit back now and win at a difficult stadium to go to. It's time to step up. And I think, to be honest, given that really impressive start, particularly the first 2 games there, Villarreal and Celta, a lot of goals that we scored, we didn't concede any, things were looking very, very good. Obviously against Sevilla, we did drop points, but I think in general, the feeling right now among us Barcelona fans is a lot more positive and a lot more optimistic than when the season started. And just to illustrate that point, just have a look here at exactly the same question that I asked you guys just before the season was about to begin. And then, this week, before Barça was set to return from international break. And certainly, you can see the change in feeling. You can see right here that we're reacting to what we're seeing. It doesn't take an awful lot here to get us thinking back on the right track. And I think Koeman has started well. We've shown some good quality. But now, like I say, we've got to build on that. We have to follow it up and not only maintain that level, but improve it too. Because when it comes to Getafe, they have never been an easy opponent, and it's never been an easy place to go in terms of travelling to the Coliseum Alfonso Pérez, and they've become really well drilled over the past few seasons under Jose Bordalas, and they've actually started the season in a very similar sort of fashion. They've been solid, they've been difficult to break down, they've scored some goals as well along the way. They've won 2 of their opening 4 games so far, drawing 1 and also losing 1 as well. Back defeat there to Sociedad just before the international break. The Getafe will be looking to rectify, and certainly make no mistake about it, in terms of our first game back after the international break, it is tricky, because when you look here at our previous meetings against Getafe at the Coliseum, despite the fact we have won 5 of our last 6 trips to Getafe, every single one of those games, you can remember them, they've been hard-fought games, they've been really tough encounters, decided there by a goal either way, and it's very, very important here that we don't just think the game's going to be handed to us. We're going to have to work hard and play well to get the points, and I have faith in us to do just that. And I think when you are talking about this game and about the fact that it is going to be a tricky one, it's not just about the opposition either, it is about that timing. The fact this is coming straight after the international break, ideally, you want to come back into things probably in a nice, comfortable home game, not a game like this. Because you think about it right now, you've got Messi, who's been away at Bolivia, really tough game that was. You've got Coutinho as well, who's been on international duty there for Brazil, those long journeys. You've got the likes of Francisco Trincao, who had to come back and go through that PCR testing after coming into contact with Cristiano Ronaldo after Ronaldo came back positive for the virus. And there's other problems too. There's injuries. The likes of Pjanic, who is away there playing for Bosnia. He came off there in the first half of their 2nd game with a bit of a back problem, which is a minor issue there for Koeman to deal with. And also the likes of Alba, who got injured before. You've got Junior Firpo, who's still not back, still not right. And there are plenty of issues coming into this game that Koeman, when he's planning his team, when he's coming up with his selection, he's going to have to bear them all in mind and find a way to pick the right team. And I think when it comes down to that selection, one man who's going to be pushing for those minutes, pushing for that starting role, it is Ousmane Dembele, who's featured so far for just 10 solitary minutes under Koeman in La Liga so far this season. But like I said before, the transfer window is done. He's been working really hard in training, he's been getting himself in there, and he's shown how motivated he is. It should only be now a matter of time before we see Dembele in this team. And if he does play on Saturday, I do like the fact that it could be some kind of poetic symmetry, because should Dembele play the game and score in this game, it would mark there his first competitive Barca goal since way back in October 2019, and not only would it be a goal after such a long time, but could he make his goal-scoring return in the very stadium where his injury problems first began way back in 2017? Dembele went down on his first ever La Liga start for Barcelona, and from that moment, his problems never really stopped. Right now, he's fit, he is ready, but will he start in Koeman's team? Because when you're talking here about the lineup that we could see from Ronald Koeman away at Getafe, I think there's a number of places in this team that coming into this game, because of a number of different factors, they are going to be up for grabs. Of course, in goal, we are going to be continuing there with Neto. Ter Stegen does remain out and will remain out as well for the next few games. You've got Longley and I think Gerard Piqué there are going to remain at the heart of defence. Longley, of course, coming back from suspension, played well for France during the international break alongside Gerard Piqué, who's had a nice rest there. I think Sergio Roberto will continue to start at right back for the time being, because we may need Dest elsewhere, with left back certainly up for grabs there with Alba out and Firpo a big doubt too. Into midfield, De Jong will play. We'll be hoping that he plays better than he did against Sevilla. Koeman demanding more of Frenkie De Jong, but his partner in midfield is still to be decided. And in attack, I think there's two spaces that still are in doubt right now. I think Ansu Fati will definitely start this game. I think Coutinho has played very well so far this season, really good in that number 10 role, and I think he has his starting place in this team. But in terms of Messi and in terms of Griezmann, they're both at doubt for different types of reasons. Messi, is he going to be fit? Is he going to be ready? Is this the game to rest him in? Koeman earlier on today in his press conference, like we discussed over on MORETALKFCB, he said, you know what, I'm not sure that we are going to rest Messi. He wasn't really sure what he was going to do. And when it comes to Griezmann, we spoke about that a lot in his press conference earlier today. Certainly, there are doubts right now over whether he keeps his place. And that's why, for me, from the back, I think Dest will start at left back. Koeman also spoke about that earlier on. He admitted that Dest could certainly play in that left back role. I think he'll come in. He came on against Sevilla and did very well, and I'm excited to see, even if it's not his 100% preferred position, it's still going to be good to see him get some minutes. I think in midfield, it's going to be Sergio Busquets once again, and the reason for that is Pjanic did pick up that knock. I think he's going to be available, and I think he's going to train this afternoon, but the problem is he won't be 100% ready, and for that reason, Busquets, just about by the skin of his teeth, will keep his place for at least one more game. I think Messi will be ready to start. He's the kind of guy, like Koeman said, who always wants to play. But in terms of Griezmann, I don't think he'll stay in the team. This could be the time for Ousmane Dembele. And of course, with that said and with that done, we move on now to the predictions. And in terms of your thoughts ahead of this game, you can see right there once again, as it has been for most of the season so far, a win by 2 goals is the majority vote. And that tells me that you guys are staying very grounded, very realistic in your expectations. But I think we all believe too that 3 goals will be possible if we can replicate the kind of display that we saw away at Celta. But in this game for me, I'm going to go first game back and a big win coming for Barca. Getafe 0, another clean sheet and 2 goals in Barca's favour. Let me know your predictions and let me know all your thoughts ahead of this game down below. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow with all of the reaction. Let's hope for a good performance, a good result, and the perfect start to get back into club football. I'll see you then, guys. Thanks for watching both of the uploads today. I will see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.